Hey guys, welcome back to another watch list video. As always, before we get into the actual watch list, we're going to go ahead and quickly recap the stocks we called out from last week, starting with Carnival, ticker symbol CCL. So we called this out at a closing price of $18.53, and they made a high of $18.92. Not quite what you want to see. You could have done better with that trade. Next stock is Duke Energy, ticker symbol DUK. This was a successful trade. We called it out at a closing price of $80.97, and it made a high of $83.89. Next stock is ticker symbol ES. We called this out at a closing price of $86.08. It made a high of $87.96. So if you were quick to sell, you could have made some profits, but inevitably it did break down and it went all the way down to a low of $81.52. So that was quite disappointing that it wasn't able to hold up. Next stock is ticker symbol LYB. We called this out at a closing price of $72.06, and it made a high of $74.98. Not bad. Next stock is ticker symbol LRCX. This was inexcusably the worst trade. We called this out at a closing price of $333.12, and it obviously went dramatically down to a low of $292.28. So my thinking behind this was, when I called this out last week, this is a 20 EMA, and I was expecting some kind of relief bounce. Obviously, I didn't think it was going to recover all the way. I still believe this was in a downtrend, but like I said, I purely called this off the fact that because we had gone 3 weekly red candlesticks, I thought we were going to at least see a bit of a relief bounce here. But clearly that wasn't the case. And so the most important thing with stocks is risk management. Obviously, if there's a trade that you're getting into and it's not going your way, you just got to have that stop loss set. I didn't trade this personally, but if I did, I would have probably had my stop set at the low of this weekly candlestick right here, maybe even above the 20 EMA. If it started approaching it, looking like it was going to break it, I probably would have stopped there as well. So just something to keep in mind going forward. Next stock is ticker symbol RLJ. We called this out at a closing price of $10.05. It did not make a high from that closing price, and it dropped down to a low of $8.83. So that was quite unfortunate as well. And then the last stock was a bonus stock. This ticker symbol ORGS. We called it out at a closing price of $4.97, and it made a high of $5.13. That was okay for a relatively very small cap stock, but not quite what you wanted to see. It might do better this week, but regardless, it's not going to be included in this week's watch list. But all in all, I would say, since I've started making these videos, this was probably my worst week. I definitely could have done a better job, so let's hope we can rectify those mistakes into this week with the 5 stocks that I'm about to call out. The first one is going to be ticker symbol TOL. So this is a weekly chart for TOL. I liked how this past week was very bullish, and so I'm willing to bet that we could break this high and possibly make a continuation even to the high of this candle. Let's switch over to the daily chart. Alright, it helps that there's a reversal signal that went off not too recently. I expect maybe a bit of a pullback during the first couple of days of this upcoming week before it ultimately could turn around and make a continuation play. So that's definitely one stock to watch. Next stock is going to be ticker symbol JCOM. This is a daily chart for it. The daily chart doesn't look as good as the weekly chart, which I'll switch to in a minute, but hopefully we could stay above these moving averages and make a continuation play to 75 75 plus. So let's go over to the weekly chart. So the weekly chart looks a lot better. We had a very bullish candlestick to end this past week, and we ended it above the 20 EMA. So let's hope we can have some continuation into this week. Next stock is ticker symbol DHI. I guess you could call this like sort of a massive pullback on the weekly chart, but I wish it wasn't. I feel like this was a bit extended. Regardless, I liked how this past week we ended very bullish, so I expect to see a bit of continuation. A little hard to predict how much of a move it can make, but it's still wise to keep it on the watch list. Let's switch over to the daily chart. Alright, we have this purple reversal signal going off. Now, for those of you, if you guys don't know, the purple reversal signal basically gives you sort of a chance that it could reverse into a bullish trend, vice versa if it was on the other side, that it could reverse into a bearish trend. If it's red, it has like more conviction behind the trade. If it's green, it definitely has a lot more conviction with a bullish trend. But the purple doesn't tend to be as reassuring. Regardless, I think this is still something that you would want to see. And we are above the 20 EMA on the last candlestick for Friday. So let's hope we can get a continuation play. We may pull back a little bit before ultimately making a continuation play. So definitely one to keep on watch. All right, next stock is ticker symbol AAP. So this daily chart, again, it's not going to look as good as a weekly chart, but we have another reversal signal here as well too. I don't like that this candlestick closed below the 20 EMA, it looks like. So it may consolidate a bit more during the week before ultimately breaking out. Switch over to the weekly chart. So there is a reversal signal here. I'm well aware of that, but I'm also going to notate the fact that we ended pretty bullish on during this past week. And although this pullback is a bit extended, I feel like even if this is a bear trend, I feel like we're going to get a bit of a relief bounce, and we could possibly see it make a move up towards 158, 159. All right, next stock is Clorox, ticker symbol CLX. I believe that we could possibly break the close of this past week and possibly make a move up to 220, so that's one to keep on watch. Switch over to the daily chart. Alright, we did have 2 red days for Thursday and Friday this past week, but we do have this reversal signal that's going off. So hopefully this is a pullback and we could ultimately see a move up towards, this 20 EMA, or if we break it, we can possibly make it to 225. So that's one to keep on watch. So that does it for the 5 stocks. As always, if you've stuck around this long, I'll go ahead and call out a couple of bonus stocks for you guys. The first one is WDC. So with WDC, again, I'm well aware of the reversal signal right here. So it's possible this can go into a bearish trend. But I do like the weekly chart a lot more. And I like the fact that the last day on Friday we did end green. Switch over to the weekly chart. So a reversal signal went off right here. So I guess you could consider this a pullback. Ultimately, if it could break the high of this candlestick, I could see a move towards the 20 EMA, which would be a nice move for a small cap stock. So that's definitely one to keep on watch. And the last bonus stock is ticker symbol AAWW. I like this past week's candlestick. We ended very bullish, so let's hope we can break the closing price and make a continuation play into this week. And let's switch over to the daily chart. So we have a reversal signal on this day for Thursday, I believe. And then we have like a bit of a doji stick for Friday. So let's see what happens this week, but based on the weekly chart and the fact that the daily chart doesn't look too bad, I feel like this can make a continuation play, maybe up to $60. So that does it for all the stocks. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button. Consider subscribing to this channel if you guys want to see more videos like this in the future. But other than that, good luck trading. Leave any comments down below if you have any questions. But yeah, I will see you back for the next video. Take care. Bye.